What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is Big Brother 22 episode 3. So listen, let me tell y'all something. I have a very unpopular opinion. Well, it ain't unpopular, but anyway, let's get into it. Let's just start. I'm gonna get this stuff out the way, and then I'm gonna go on my rant because I got a rant to go on. Okay, Michael is up for nomination. He's trying to get people who will play in the POV for him, and everybody is like, listen, basically it's way too early in the game for me to throw my weight behind you. Like, I can't promise you nothing. I don't want to promise you nothing. And what I can appreciate is that the people were honest and was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. I can appreciate that they told him, instead of trying to make him happy and like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, I'll play for you, they were like, no, that's probably not going to happen. So I can respect that. I can definitely respect the people that were like, I'm probably not going to do that. But the people that got picked to play in the POV were Indy, Turner, and Amira. So it was a whole medieval times type setup, right? Where they had to ride the horse, they had to get as many rings on their lands, which were basically pool noodles. So of course they were doing all like this. Whoever had the most at the end won, and then they moved on to the next competition. So the first round we had was Indy versus Turner. Indy won. Okay. Then we had Terrence versus Amira. Child, Amira won. So Terrence was out from the beginning, and you up for nomination. That's not a good look, sir. Then we had Daniel versus Michael, which of course Daniel was determined he was going to win because Michael is his target, and Michael knows he's his target. Michael was like, yeah, I saw you coming. I know that I'm your target. I know that you ain't really rocking with me. I get it. I got you. Okay. But Michael ended up winning that heap, honey. So then it was Indy versus Amira. Amira won that heap, and Amira is good, right? Amira won like by a lot, okay? Well, then it comes down to Michael and Amira. They went through heap 1, tie. They went through heap 2, tie. They went through heap 3, tie. So then they had to do sudden death, and baby Michael pulled it out. He wins POV, and Daniel is looking like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Now I got to get more dirt, more blood on my hands. That's that. Okay, we're going to get back to that later, because basically you all know what's going to happen. Michael is going to use the POV to save himself, so Daniel knows he's got to come up with a replacement nom. So Paloma is holding court with the girls, talking about what they need to do and how they need to get rid of one of the guys. They don't want the guys to start linking up too early. I mean, not too early. They don't want the guys to start linking up and then start picking them off. Every year the girls try to do an alliance, but they aren't able to be successful with it because they end up, letting the guys pick them off. So Taylor comes in there. They're having this conversation. So they basically like, Taylor, hey, you've been hanging with the guys. Do you have any sort of insight? You have any information to share? And Taylor was like, nah, I wish I had some insight, but I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing to give you. And Paloma and her, automatically thought Taylor was lying. She's just not a girl's girl. She's just not a girl's girl. And Taylor's thing is, listen, I'm all here for women empowerment and all of that, but I think it's just a bit early for us to start, like, singling ourselves out like that. I think it's a little early to start, breaking off. Here's where I say my opinion is going to be a little unpopular. Now, I haven't looked at a lot because, again, I didn't want to taint myself. So I've not looked at a lot of what's been said about this episode. But I will say this. This wasn't on Paloma. This was on Monty. Monty and Taylor were talking. And Taylor says to Monty, no, Monty asked her, what are people saying? What's going on? And Taylor says, well, Paloma, she's really worried about you guys linking up. She's really worried about, the fact that all of the guys are sort of hanging out together, and she's a little nervous about it, and she feels like she needs to break y'all up. Now, I understand editing. Maybe Taylor did say more, but I can only go by what they showed me. I'm not looking at the live feeds, y'all, so don't put in the comments what was said in the live feeds, because I didn't see it. Don't matter. I'm telling you what I saw. So Monty goes back to Paloma, and Monty does not, in my opinion, he does not accurately repeat what Taylor said based on what we saw in that. He was like, "Oh yeah, Taylor said that you're gunning for one of us, that you're like you need to take out one of the big dogs, and yada yada yada." That's all Paloma needed. Let's be clear. All Paloma was looking for was a reason. That's all she was looking for was a reason. And y'all just gave her the reason she was looking for, okay? You gave her the reason she was looking for. From that point forward, Paloma went on a whole campaign to get Taylor out the house. And she is making it seem, every time she repeats it, it gets worse and worse. By the time she got done telling the story, Taylor basically stood on the mountaintop and said, Paloma wants one of the guys to go home, yada, yada, yada. And so, of course, as she's going around the house telling this story, everybody's eating it up because she is convinced and she does have the power of the gift of gab. But you know, the one person who ain't buying it, the one person who's not eating it, the chef. The chef is like, something don't seem right. Something ain't clean in this buttermilk. It doesn't make sense. I don't believe that Taylor said what she said. She said it's just one big game of telephone at this point, but it doesn't make sense. It's not adding up. It's not linking up. And I don't believe that Taylor said all the things that she's saying she said. But, unfortunately, I'm in the minority, and I got to go which way the house goes because I can't really, it's too early for me to make waves. Now, I understand and I respect where you're coming from. I understand that. It is way too early in the game for you to make waves. So I get that you can't really make them waves. I get that. But I'm glad that you are seeing it for what it is and you're not buying into this whole Taylor hate train. That I can appreciate. Now, they eventually, make their way up the steps to Daniel. Well, I don't think I don't think he up the steps this year. It doesn't look like they're going up steps, but neither here nor there. They make their way to the HOH room, and of course they're telling Daniel all of these horrible things. Taylor this and Taylor that, and Taylor gotta go. Taylor's horrible. Taylor lied on Paloma because of course Paloma is like, I never said that. I never did that. What are they talking about? I never said that the guys have to go. I never targeted the guys, and I'm sitting here like, girl, that is all you have been saying. Like that from the very beginning, you have been gunning for the guys. That's all you've been saying. Now, here's where I'm upset. I ain't even mad at Paloma at this point. At this point, I'm mad at the rest of the girls because the rest of the girls, y'all know that's what she said. And y'all are sitting here going along with the get along with Paloma like as if, oh my goodness, I can't believe that she would say that. Oh my goodness, why would she throw us under the bus like that? Why is she lying on me? Girl, she not lying on you. Now, I understand that you got to keep it up and you can't, like, clearly you can't let Monty and them know. And even if you said, listen, girl, we can't trust her. She running around here. She repeated what I said, and I knew she couldn't be trusted. That's one thing, but that ain't what you doing. You are really indignant. You are really sitting there acting like that you never said that. Like Taylor pulled that shit out her ass, and that's the part about Paloma that's scary. Somebody that can lie and be dead up serious and look at you straight up and be like, I don't know what you're talking about, and you know that line? Like, I don't wear glasses. Oh my gosh, how dare you? How dare you assume? How dare you lie on me? How dare you tell people I can't see? I do not wear glasses. What are you talking about? And literally, I have glasses on my face. Like, that is what Paloma was doing, and she was so good, y'all. She was so convincing. It was scary. And the way she got that whole house turned upside down. But Monty, you started that shit. You started it. Because you did not accurately repeat what Taylor said. But let's be clear, it didn't matter what Taylor said because Paloma was ready. It doesn't matter what Taylor said, Paloma was ready. And why would you go back to Paloma anyway, Monty? You've been hanging with Taylor all this time. Why wouldn't you be like, maybe she's looking out for me. Let me keep my eye on Paloma. Why would you automatically assume Taylor was the one lying? Because he's going to talk about something. I've been pretty cool with Paloma up until this point, and I don't think she would lie to me. Why wouldn't she? Y'all are fucking playing Big Brother, bruh. Nobody in there is telling the truth about anything. Hell, people are lying about being married. People are lying about their job, their occupation, their age. Like, everybody lying in Big Brother house. Why would you assume that Taylor was the one lying? So, of course, we saw the infamous scene where Taylor breaks down and she's crying and she's really upset. She goes up to talk to Daniel, and of course, Daniel is tap dancing. He ain't telling her point blank, girl, you know you going. But of course, he's trying to tap dance around it so it doesn't look as obvious that she is going to be the one that's going to go. So we get to the nomination ceremony. I mean, the power veto ceremony. And of course, Michael, he chooses himself. So Daniel has to put up a replacement, and of course his replacement is um Taylor. But here's the catch. In his speech, he says, basically the word around the house is you are making people uncomfortable, that you are, saying things that people are taking issue with and having problems with. Now, he don't come right out and say, child, they think you a liar. But he says enough. And Taylor's thing is, okay, if I had gotten nominated just because it's the replacement, it is what it is. Like, I get game. But it was what you said. It was why you nominated me that's the problem. So of course Taylor is in tears. Now I'm carrying over a little bit into the next episode because I just gotta finish this thought. Taylor is in tears, y'all. I mean, she is boo-hooing. And who is in her face hugging her, talking about some girl I understand? Oh, I'm so sorry, it's breaking my heart. That damn psychopath ass Paloma. And even has the nerve to pull her aside to talk to her and tell her, girl, it probably wasn't a good idea for you to be telling people you're a pageant queen, because that's going to give people a certain point of view on you and have a certain thought about you. No, that's you. That's you. And I'm really disappointed in the country girl, because she is buying Paloma's line, hook, line, and sinker, talking about, oh my gosh, Taylor, how could you? Girl. Anyway, y'all, that's what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm gonna try to, I don't know if y'all gonna get this last episode tonight, but I'm gonna try to get it to y'all tonight so I can be all caught up. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.